That'll do. Good guess.
Come on, not finishing stalling. I want to play Ark. Sure. Turn the light off. Right, I can click join. Yay. Now, the question is, what map was I on last? Fortunately, we have a big button in the Arc support channel called Player Location. Tell you exactly which map you logged out on last. Quite warm this evening.
Isn't here.
It was freezing outside this morning. Oh my God, we had thick fog. Didn't go till like midday. And then suddenly it disappeared and it went up to like 12 degrees Celsius. So has anyone been keeping up on the man, my brain is going completely.
Old age.
The Last of Us. Yeah, The Last of Us.
I've only seen
TV.
episode 1 of that, but I enjoyed episode 1.
I've got the first 3 episodes waiting to watch, and I haven't seen. Well, I haven't watched any of it yet. Trying to set aside some time to enjoy it.
Yeah, really enjoyed the first one. It was cool. Never played the games before, so I don't know how it all ties in, but I liked how it started. Good. Different take on things. I don't want to say too
Has
much.
any? Yeah, don't spoil it for me. I've played the game, so I kind of know.
Just the concept of how the thing started was different to how most zombie type esque things play it out, and I thought that was kind of unique. I liked that.
Yeah, I mean, when PlayStation, when I was into console gaming, I bought a PlayStation just for the just to play that game.
Yeah, I stopped with
and I
PlayStation
played it,
before
and
that
I
came out.
thoroughly enjoyed it. And now I can't wait for it to come out on PC.
PS3, I stopped.
Has anybody in chat been following the development of a game called? Or was it The Day Before?
Yes.
Because this is really quite entertaining, and I think I finally figured out what's going on with it.
Okay, do discuss, because it looks like to a lot of people they're about to pull some sort of rug pull, and there's rumours about them having copyright disputes, but they're still putting stuff out on their Twitter with their own logo, so it's all a bit weird, and that's where I kind of left it.
Well, I can enlighten everybody on all of those things, but I think the first thing that I'll do is I'll find a little trailer so people can watch it and go, "Oh my God, this looks amazing!" And then we can go into maybe a little bit of detail about it.
It does look good.
So the day before. So here we go. Let's grab a video.
You could try to stream this, or you're just going to give a link, or?
Oh, I was going to pop a link into chat, but if you wanna pop the trailer up, I'm just trying to find the one that's like really showcases the game. I think it's a 5-minute announcement trailer. I'm just having a look now.
It's apparently the second most sort of watch list or wanted game on Steam, because it really does look very, very good. But something smells.
No, it is the most. It was the most wishlisted game on Steam.
Yeah.
So I'll give the link in chat. So whether or not when we go live, you want to stream that, that's cool.
We're totally live.
And then if I find the other one,
what are you telling me? Manipulate things.
Hold on.
This is live from PS5.
Historic scenes unfolding in San Francisco.
Aloy is the first of her tribe to have laid eyes on this scene in
and
over
the 37.
2,000 years.
Let me get the right ones first. Yeah, those are the two main kind of trailery things that I've seen about the day before.
First one.
That's from IGN.
First one is the one I've just clicked on, so this is the one I've got queued. Let's have a look and see. Is that going to pick up my main one? Of course it isn't. Yeah, you see that, right?
Give it a second to catch up. So I just thought this was a bit of topical discussion that would be quite good, because this is a game that pretty much all of our community would thoroughly enjoy playing, and it's kind of feeds into everything that we like doing.
Let us know when that's caught up. I'll play it.
Seem to be a little bit behind today. I mean, on the speed of the stream versus what's actually going on.
Still got nothing now.
No, not yet.
Oh, here we go. I've just seen it flick over, so I'll give it a play.
Yeah, here we go. So this is a game that was announced a couple of years ago.
Welcome to the short gameplay demonstration trailer.
It's supposed to be an open world MMO post-apocalyptic thing, multiplayer, bit of PvP thrown in,
stunningly detailed post-apocalyptic
kind
world
of all the cool stuff that you want to do. It's like The Division meets The Last of Us meets
awesome.
All sorts of games out there. 7 Days to Die, Daisy, kind of all of that stuff thrown in.
Shall we split up?
Yep.
I'll find out what's in the skyscraper.
Okay, and I'll look around here.
The first bit of controversy I saw was people were all over the fact that these videos they're putting out all look like pre-rendered stuff.
Alright. I have found a great cowboy.
I'll get into that a little bit once it's once the stream's finished. So here we go. It's just started for me.
Cowboy.
Listen up. This is Woodbury Survivor Colony speaking. If you can hear this message, it means that we have opened our doors for new survivors. We can give you food and shelter and ensure your safety. Here are the coordinates.
Did you hear that?
Yep, I got a message too.
Great. Maybe I can sell my junk there and get myself a better rifle.
Let's find some fuel and go.
In the Survivor Colony, you can sell and buy any items, as well as cooperate with other players. In The Day Before, you can enter abandoned buildings and take whatever you want. The main thing is to be careful, because not all players are friendly.
Let's pick up some supplies and get out of here. Let's check it out.
Oh shit. Got company. Could use some help now.
The things are about to get heated.
Over here. You bastard! Oh shit!
Dude, there's too many of them. I gotta go upstairs.
Okay, I'm running toward you.
The snowstorm is starting right now, and the temperature is falling fast. Remember that when you shoot and make unnecessary noise, it can attract unwanted guests even more terrifying than other players. The world of The Day Before is teeming with hungry hordes of bloodthirsty infected, ready to tear you to pieces.
Phew, that was close. You should have seen this shit.
It seems he dodged a bullet. Now he's crafting a bandage so he doesn't die from bleeding.
Hey, are you upstairs already? Shit.
Your stream quality at max for the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Leaves. Oh no, it's not. Back it up. Take a little bit to catch up.
What
The Day Before, coming soon.
Peggy 12.
That's a good point. There's going to be a shit ton of games coming out when U5's readily available.
Let me know when it's finished playing.
That's for me.
So queue up the second one. Make sure the res is high. It's only the next one's only like 60 seconds. But this game looks kind of amazing. Unfortunately, well, it went onto Steam and it became one of the most wishlisted titles. It was the most wishlisted title on Steam. However, they were supposed to reveal some gameplay and they didn't. Then they were supposed to do a live event with IGN and they didn't.
Yeah.
And every time they've promised to release footage, they haven't. Except for recently, in the last, I think, 6 or 7 days, they released some gameplay footage and it looks nothing like what you've just seen.
Oh.
They also, a lot of the assets that were used in the gameplay demo were bought straight off of the Unreal store, which in itself is fine. You know, that's what the store's there for. That's what the assets are there for people to put into their games and use. But it looked like something that was thrown together in days and just pushed out to prove that the game still existed. The video you've just watched, a lot of people are speculating that yes, it may have been people controlling the main character, somebody controlling the main character, but the PvP characters you saw in there were all scripted events. So they're following set paths. And the whole thing was kind of like a stage piece, not a pre-render, but just like a stage that's set up within Unreal, and all the movements are scripted, all the events are pre-configured, and you just run through a set path and everything happens as it's supposed to happen. Then they got hit with a copyright claim. I think it's somebody. They started work on the game supposedly a couple of years ago, and they didn't register their trademark the day before. Somebody else then registered a trademark for their own business. They then put in their registration for a trademark and found out that it was already taken and got denied. That person then obviously, or probably mentioned it to Steam, so Steam pulled the game. And they have used every major announcement that they've done with the hype they got from the day before to promote other products and other games and other software that they've produced without actually promoting the day before. So there's a lot of feeling out there that, yes, there's a lot of hype around this game, but they're using hype to sell other things. So it's like, yeah, we've got a big reveal coming out for the day before. Oh, by the way, have you seen this other game we're also launching? And that is on Steam, and that other game is a pile of dog shit.
Yep.
And then, like, the next announce they did, it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to announce something amazing about the day before, but have you also seen this app that we've made? Go and download it. It's just like, so a lot of people were saying they can't see the point in creating a fake game when they're not asking anybody to buy the game. No, they're not taking any pre-orders on it. They haven't done a Kickstarter on it. There's nothing like that going on, but it feels like they're using the hype from what they've created with these pre-rendered scenes just to plug other stuff. And personally, I think it's never going to materialize in a playable format, but it's a shame because it looks freaking awesome.
I'll see if I can dig it up at some point, but I was looking into this as well because I've been really looking forward to this game, and it sadly does look like it's going to be a farce. But when they were saying that, yes, it's true there's no Kickstarter, and they haven't actually taken any pre-orders, somebody, I'm pretty sure, dug up the fact that they have actually got investment. So there could well be somebody who has invested that is where they're getting their initial money from. And they've got a previous game, from what I understand, as well, which also failed terribly.
Yeah, they do. They've launched multiple games, I believe, and then just shut them down after launch. And like I was saying, they used the hype off of this to try and promote another game that they've launched on Steam. It got massive attention on the first few days, but then after that, it's just died a horrible death. So yeah, I don't see it ever coming to fruition, not in the way they've pitched it anyway. Definitely not an open world MMO in Unreal Engine.
No. Shame, because it looked really cool.
They've blamed the delays on the first reason they never delayed it, they never released any footage from it, was they said, oh, we want to make it better, and we're going to upgrade from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, and that was just like a few days after Unreal 5 publicly launched. So it's just like, and it feels like the latest gameplay trailer, if you could call it that was released, it was again just a bunch of scripted events. I think it had 12 zombies in it. It showed just somebody walking around, load of pre-bought assets, and yeah, it's all their concept is ripped straight from other games. Like the car scene on that second trailer I posted, the concept art that accompanied that was straight out of a game called Snowstorm. All the cityscapes and look and feel, you can put them side by side and almost see that it's ripped straight from The Division. So
it does look
it's
very
just
Division
like,
in places. It does.
yeah, totally.
Division
I
1
mean,
with the snow. Yeah.
like what one guy I watched was talking about it. He said all of these things in isolation could be acceptable, but when you stack up its bought assets, it's like copyright claim issues, continuous delays, talking bullshit, all of it together just reeks of it's never going to happen.
Would say so at this point, sadly. Forge similarly, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Concept was very cool.
The game, there's two games I'm really looking forward to at the moment. One of them is called Starfield from Bethesda. So it's going to be like Morrowind, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls in space type thing. And the other one I'm looking forward to is I've forgotten now. Oh man. My memory's going. But yeah, so there's plenty of stuff, up and coming. Obviously Arc 2 and obviously Arc 1, kind of like the rework into UE5. And to comment on what Nugs just put in chat, Empyrean, it is a good game. It has one major problem for me. And I loved Imperium, but the biggest problem for me was the way you manage the resources. There is no way to move or to get or build a technology that allows you to pull resources from one container to another or build some sort of automation around that.
Yeah.
And for me, that kind of killed it because I was forever moving shit from one box to another, from one inventory to another, and building became a real chore. You could build some lovely stuff. What do you mean, what Arc 2, Clayton?
Are you being sarcastic, Clayton?
I hope so. So to catch you all up, it's pretty much confirmed Arc 1 is getting converted to Unreal Engine 5. Whoop whoop. And Arc 2 has been delayed.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. So yeah. I mean, all of the games that we play and host are all getting major updates. Arc is continuously moving forward, even though it's kind of an old game now. Conan's had 2 major releases in the last few months. The Sorcery update. 7 Days to Die is coming up on its latest alpha.
Don't say 7 Days to Die. Is this the unspoken? Oh no,
it's an ancient game, but
You've seen it. Oh, what have you done?
It's an ancient game, but it's got some really good concepts going on in it, so I love it.
Yeah, 7 Days has also got TM trademarked eventually. Alpha 21 due to drop, and they're changing quite a bit. So the hope is that 7 Days to Die Mark 2 is going to be really cool. I know Kane's all over it already. I'm still following Kane.
So anyway,
we don't really need 7 Days to Die back right now, though, do we? We all want to wait for A21, no. Surely.
Yes,
surely, people, surely.
I totally agree with that. Otherwise, we'll just end up like doing loads of stuff on it, and then we'll have to do it all again.
Havoc, I hate you. Okay, supposed to wait. There's an attack helicopter up, and we need to blow it up. But yeah, 7 Days is cool. And when A21 hits, we'll revisit that with a Darkness Falls overhaul and see where we go from there. That'll be cool. We promise A21 will be Darkness Falls. So start hounding the developers and tell them that you want it stat. Anywho, what have we got going on for Ark then? As obviously maintenance is tomorrow, 9 AM as usual, folks.
So if you give me a minute, I will first get into the first major thing that we want to talk about in Ark. In the meantime, cover for me.
I think we have something to show you for Ark.
We do, and I was just preparing that, but I have one of my commands wrong.
Right, DJ's he's now frantically trying to get that working.
Cool.
Loading his dev kit. Here he goes.
It's all good. No, not dev kit, in-game.
Oh, we got actual in-game footage coming up.
Yeah. So, first thing that I'm going to address is something admittedly we've missed. We've been running the servers for many years now, the Ark cluster, and in that time, we've only we've played it to death, and we just carried on playing and on the config that we've got. And we kind of put 74 extra experience levels into every dyno. What we totally missed was with the launch of Genesis 2, R-type dynos get 88 levels, and then also X dynos get 88 levels. So earlier in the week, somebody raised that with us, and we were like, shit, we need to fix this. So I tried 3 different methods of fixing it. 2 different methods, actually. In our config, we set the number of levels you can level up your dyno, the experience required, and how many levels you get. And it's just been set like that for however many years we've been running the Ark server, and never thought anything else of it. So I went back into the config and upped the levels to 88, thinking, first of all, I hit the reset on the level configuration, which resets it to default settings, then fired it up again. Turns out every dyno was getting 88 levels. So then I thought, okay, let's remove the manual configuration entirely and let Ark handle the whole thing. We did that, and still you could get 88 levels in every dyno, which is a problem. For most people, it's not a problem, but for people who've been playing on the cluster quite a while and who have bred their dynos up to level 255, it's a bad thing to give extra levels to those dynos because they can't then put them into the stats that they were breeding them in. Which means that newer players would have an advantage over the older players because they could put 88 levels in and then mutate up to 255. And the extra experience levels actually give you more of a bonus than the standards, than the breeding levels. So that was kind of totally unfair. So we can't raise the levels on XNRs to 88 as opposed to 74. Get that out of the way now. Unfortunately, we've got no way around that. And I don't know what's causing it. Either it's one of the dyno mods that we've got in there, like Krakens, that's buffing dynos and levels and stuff like that, which I doubt, or it's just Ark being weird. The other thing that I've also found out while researching this is that I've got conflicting sources. Some say all dynos now get 88 levels. Some say only X and Rs get 88. Some say, completely different bits of information. The wiki contradicts itself in several places. So really, not much we can do, I'm afraid. Would have liked to, but can't. And at the end of the day, not providing those extra levels is not going to negatively impact anyone's gameplay, but providing them will. So it's not something that we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only thought it was X and Rs after reading about it, but then I found bits of text alluding to the fact that it's all dynos. So who knows? Will the revert back to 73 not mess up? No, it won't make any difference. It wasn't available for very long. It was only available on the event server for a short period of time. So please don't abuse that. It will really only affect people that are playing the long end game and have breed all of their dinos. The second bit I wanted to mention is tribe vaults. So at the trading posts, we have vaults that are set up for people. So if you don't want to go through the rigmarole of building a base on a particular map, you open a ticket, an admin answers your ticket, they then set you a PIN code on one of the vaults, they then send you back the PIN code, you then go to the vault, put your stuff in it, then find that you've lost the PIN code, then you open another ticket, then you go back to the vault, then admin comes online, they change the PIN code for you because we've got to make a note of it, and oh my god, that is a pain in the ass. And as a result of that, I don't think everybody makes full use of the facilities we have available at the trading posts. So we decided to build our own
wall.
Tribe vaults.
Wall of tribe vaults. Yes.
So this is very interesting actually, because I'm placing one now, and they seem to not like snapping to CKF in some situations.
Oh, the joy!
Yeah, the joy. Whoever places these will have fun with free placing them.
Too long. No, wait, no, GD's already volunteered. It's all good.
So let me clear out some vaults at the Islands trading post. There's no one's name on that. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick demo on how these things work. And as quickly as possible, we will then roll them out to all the servers on the map. And then anybody can have a storage system on each map.
You want to stream?
So there we go. Yeah. Streamy. Stream Ark Survival Evolved. We've gone live. I'm streaming.
Let's do this. Hang on a minute. Give me a second.
It's a tribe vault.
Pop the thing out.
So you claim one for your tribe.
What we will do is this. So, okay. So when the stream updates, which it should very shortly, we'll see DJ has been placing a big row of our new tribe vaults.
So these are what they look like. They're much thinner versions of the vault themselves. And yeah, it's fairly straightforward. You walk up to one, you push E to claim it, and that vault now belongs to the Wicked Ninjas. Boop, boop. I can access that vault. I can put stuff in said vault, take stuff out of the vault when the save is finished. Come on, there we go. And that's it. On the front of the vault, you'll see a last access date and time. That's so that we know which vaults are not being used anymore. And an admin can, if it's not been used for an extended period of time, come up to the vault and they can unclaim it. So, boom. And then that's free for somebody else to use. You cannot claim more than one vault on a map. So if I try to do that, it lets me do it because I'm an admin. But if I tried to do that normally, it would say, pop up an error at the top of the screen saying, you can only have one vault at a time. Only 350 slots. Yes, only 350 slots. You don't get any more than that. It also means that there's an admin unlock feature. So as you can see, that vault is locked. I will unlock that, and then I can go and put stuff in that vault for that tribe to pick up.
Ticket recoveries, etc., etc. We can say, do you have a tribe vault? Yes, I do. Right, there you go. Boom. Which is why we're always asking people to use cell terminals, because it has this same functionality, and it's really cool.
So that we will be rolling out as soon as possible. Then anyone could just pop along, claim it, and job done. For anybody that already has one of these older vaults, we're asking you to go and claim yourself one of the new tribe vaults once we finish rolling them out, and then move your own stuff across, and then we can dismantle the old ones.
That is really
That's
cool.
all there is to it. If you do accidentally, I'm going to change it a little bit to remove the unclaimed from the radial wheel. So as you see, there's a button in here. If you don't want to use your vault anymore, you're leaving the server or whatever, you can just access the inventory, unclaim it, and it goes back to unclaimed. But I'm going to make it so that, well, it kind of works now. The default E is claim, and then it's access inventory. But if you unclaim it while you've got something in it by mistake, you cannot get that back out again. So you just have to claim it again, and then you can get it back out. You don't need anything, Clone. I mean, this thing's only got 100 slots in it. So you've already got over 3 times the storage that you would have had already. This is designed as temporary storage. So you're coming to a map, you want to store some stuff you're doing for a raid, you want to store some stuff that you're keeping there to work on the map, rather than, you know, maybe a few dinos or like some ideas, that kind of stuff. It's not intended to keep your entire life in there. And we will clean them up. We will clean them up. These are not intended for permanent storage. So if you haven't accessed one for like a month or a couple of months, we'll just empty it. They're not intended as a workaround for the decay system. That's why there's a last access date on them. At some point, I may even make it so that if you don't access your tribe vault for over a month, it'll empty itself. But we're not doing that at the moment while people get used to them. That's it. If you could flip back to normal operations.
I have flipped back to normal operations.
Yay. Right, as far as other things for ARC go, let me have a quick check. We've got, as I said, we've got server updates tomorrow. We've got quite a few plugin updates to do. Let me have a look. Running back. Not much else in terms of news. I have tried to make a transferable Fenrir trophy. The default trophy is not baked into all the other maps. So while I made it transferable, it is not actually transferable, I believe. Simply because the assets don't exist. So that's going to take a little bit longer, because I'm actually going to have to build a trophy to replace the one that's in the game. Have a look. What else have we done? Other than that, I think that's it for ARC. Has anyone got any ARC-related questions? Give me a few seconds to type away. I suppose another reminder: don't log off with full inventories of dinos. Had a few occurrences of that a couple of weeks ago. Some players logging off with 300 filled soul traps in their inventory, and then finding they couldn't log back in because they got buffer overflow. Not a good plan.
Not mentioning any names whatsoever.
What will happen to existing trophies if I create ones to replace them? Nothing. They will stay. For anybody that pushed 88 levels into a dino while that was available, no, it won't have any effect. I mean, there is the option I could just go and delete them all. What's the approximate limit on what? Oh, dinos in inventory when you log off. I don't know. Oh, and fake news. I just summoned myself an Alpha Fenrir trophy in the island. So it does work. Must have changed something in the last update that I did and not realised. Lol. I wouldn't put more than like 150 in your inventory and log off. The reason it only affects you when you log off and not transfer is because when you transfer between maps, we upload stuff to our database and then we download it back to your character. When you log off, Arc, and then log back in, Arc transfers all that data in its own way from your save file to your PC. And it doesn't do that. It doesn't have enough bandwidth, shall we say, to accommodate all the data that's stored in 300 soul traps, because they store a lot more data than cryopods. So it's also partly why the reason the soul terminals are limited to 100 dinos, so that you can't cause yourself problems when moving dinos around or the server, and why some people have had problems when they filled a vault full of soul traps and then find that they try and open the vault and they crash. So I would try and avoid going above about 150 soul traps. Going to quickly check any more Arc related questions. Now, while people are thinking of questions and things like that, one of the things that we've been talking about for a long time is the new total conversion mod that we want to deploy to the cluster, and the possibility of closing down one of the dock servers and replacing it with a total conversion. Now, the one that always springs to mind and comes up in conversation a lot is Gaia 2. Has anyone got a link to that? They can drop into, one of the mods got a link to that, they can drop into chat.
Admin chat. Wait to admin chat.
I know there's one admin chat. I'm talking and doing at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But we've got a whole bunch of mods here that can type in stream chat. So I'm wondering if one of them could kindly link Gaia 2 for us.
I'm on it.
Oh, you shouldn't be on it. You're stream master.
That one, Gaia 2.
Yeah, the master streamer.
They have a really cool webpage.
We do indeed. Now, Gaia 1 was extremely popular. 2 is obviously like a remake or a rebuild. It looks It looks extremely engaging. It looks like there's lots of content in there. But again, like Docs, it looks like it's something that you would play through, and then once you've played through it, you kind of put it away and move on to something else. So we will give it like, I don't know, what's a safe period of time? 1 or 2 weeks for people to mull that one over? What do you think?
So I'm assuming those that are playing on said doc server can transfer off onto the other doc server.
Yes, they can.
So if you have just started docs in the last 2 weeks, you can pick up your stuff and transfer to the other server. The question would be which one of the two servers?
I would personally say the center. That's always been the least populated of the two. What are people's thoughts on that one?
Can we make the meteor hit?
Yeah, I think that would be an appropriate end to it, wouldn't it? If we rained fireballs down from the sky.
We keep wanting to do it. Would be the time.
So I think that would give us give players who have kind of done both Docs and Arc, but still like the games, something nice to do. What is everyone's thoughts on that?
Have any Docs players present?
I mean, it's not just Docs players that may be interested in this.
Well, that's true.
People that have kind of, finished doing what they're doing.
Yeah, fresh new game.
Or want to break, fresh approach to it. Started Docs 2 weeks ago. I guess you can do the Hunted as an overhaul total conversion thing. The Hunted is broke. It's horribly broke. It was sponsored. It's dead and gone. It was built in a way that made it a bit difficult to work with. It was done. I think it was done as a total conversion, not as actually as a mod. It's in itself. I can't remember. But either way.
Plus.
Primitive Plus. I like the idea of that. I've never played it myself. What are people's thoughts on it?
I like Primitive. That's where they do away with all the tech, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Primitive would be really cool. I don't think we have the audience to run Survival of the Fittest events. They require a slightly different approach to gameplay. No, I don't think we have the people for it, but I think it's just going to be like not as popular with our audience. Yeah, it has been left behind quite badly, and nobody's really picked it up. Well, I think that just about covers it for Rock then.
I think we're pretty good there.
Vaults will be rolling out. Maintenance will be tomorrow. We've got a whole bunch of updates to do, so I expect it to take the full hour and a half. No, existing trophies wouldn't be changed, unfortunately, Gage. There would be new trophies. The new ones would drop from the boss, but the old ones, they wouldn't replace the old ones. No, they're not dropping right now. I was just testing them. The alpha and the beta trophies seem to want to work, and I just transferred a map with them in my inventory.
Cool.
So I've just moved from the islands to Ragnarok, and I have the alpha and beta Fenrir trophies in my inventory. But the gamma one, for whatever reason, is not working properly. So either I've bought something up in the mod, or it's broke. I need to check. So that won't be a job for tonight, I'm afraid.
There we go then. So we'll cover a little bit of what's been going on with Rust this week, because we've been getting a growing audience. So things that have changed this week with Rust, and then we'll let you go. We've had a week worth of furnaces and stack sizes this week. We finally got the stack sizes fixed. We had 2 conflicting plugins, 2 devs who didn't particularly like each other, and a whole host of problems. So we've now got our stack sizes fixed. All the furnaces are returned to completely normal functionality, so you can now double smelt on all furnaces, small, large, and electric. When you stack 2 slots of fuel, so 2 piles of wood in your large furnace, you will quadruple your output, which is cool functionality. We've had to yoink back the charcoal being produced by the electric cooker again, because it's still acting strangely, so no more free charcoal. And right-clicking items into furnaces will now correctly split. It seems so very simple, but this has taken us a good week of headaches to sort out. We did some gardening overhauls, so all berries now stacked to 100. Means you don't have to have 20 boxes around your greenhouse, you can probably get around with 10. Right-clicking dung into your composter will also now split into equal stacks instead of duplicating said dung. That's all fixed now too. And crop growth has been increased to 2 times to match most of our server settings. Spitting inventory items out of your inventory onto the floor, or in some cases 9 miles in the opposite direction, has also now been fixed with the introduction of our new stacks plugin. So all going good there. And for those who haven't seen them yet, or haven't noticed what that really big backpacky looky like button looks like at the front of your toolbar, we've now introduced some backpacks. So everyone gets a free 6 slots. Tier 3s will get 12 slots, Tier 2s get 18, and Tier 1s get a luxury 24 slots for an extra backpack. That's the ones. Thank you, GD. So these are also subject to our softcore rules. Everything on your toolbar, including your held weapon, is protected. Half of your backpack and your default inventory will drop. You can still recover that if you get back to your body, and the other half will go to the outpost, and 1 item of clothing should be dropping. So more inventory space, and the aim being that people can now roam a little bit further, do a little bit more without being like imaginary chained to this 20-foot piece of rope that restricts you with your backpack size to your base, and you get somewhere and you're halfway down the street and then you're like, crap, gotta go home. So all that should be sorted. Mixing tables have also had the 2 times treatment. So you can mix on the tables 2 times faster than you could before. Mixing itself can be seen as a little bit of an issue, because obviously you can double your explosives or your explosive production. It isn't, mixing tables don't completely allow you to make explosives, they're only part of the chain. But as we have a 3-week safe period where players can build up really nice big bases and experience the game, it's also meaning that come the end of the game, because they've not been contested for 3 weeks, you've got more walls and doors to get through because they've had a completely free building time to mount up a huge base. So double explosives is actually going to go some way towards hopefully solving that issue as well. Coming up, what we've got working on next, loot tables again, as normal. Discussions on loot output. I think we've only got 2 things that are actually at 2 times at the moment, which are scrap and components. There'll be some talk going on and feedback about whether or not we lower these back down to 1, bring everything back into line. And those 3 weeks then I'll spend farming, grinding, doing the sort of stuff that you do in an MMO. It's going to feel a little bit better, I think. So just watch the feedback chats for Rust. Lots and lots is going on. And hopefully more on what we've got planned next week. Other than that, I think we're good. Unless anyone's got anything burning to ask or absolutely got to get out. It seems not. We'll call it a week then. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Indeed. Have a good evening.
Yep, have a good one. Laters.
Where's my gift? I want my gift.
Yay, gifts.
Is this a Merry Christmas one? No, it's not the right one.
Not yet. Please God, not yet.
There we go. How do I...
We'll sort Ragnarok out on that right now.
I'm on it at the moment. Running around it seems kind of healthy.